I want to thank you for checking out another podcast of We Ain't Scared Talk, where we ain't scared. My name is A1, and let me say thank you to everyone that checks out the podcast. I appreciate you. Everyone that's bought their mugs, thank you very much. That's also appreciated, and I hope everyone had a good week. And I am going to jump right into today's topic. And when I tell you I'd recorded the last week's podcast, and normally I give myself a few days to sort of soak up the world and decide or determine where the next podcast is going to come from in terms of content, this happened immediately. When I finished, I was out and I was, just listening to things, and I came across an article. And let me just tell you the name of the podcast, because I have no notes. Okay, well, no extensive, but just scribble. And so the title of today's podcast is Why Aren't White Sexual Predators Treated Like R. Kelly? Why aren't white sexual predators treated like R. Kelly? In particular, white men, but white women are also predators as well. So let me just say this, and let me tell you the article that I actually saw. Okay, and again, it's going to be a little bit all over the place because I want to take you through the minefield, the maze of information that I saw. So number one, I'm on Twitter, okay, and I come across this article, and it says R. Kelly is denied bail after pleading not guilty to sex crime charges, okay? So this is from a New York judge that denied R. Kelly's request for bail, saying that the singer is a flight risk with significant incentive to flee. Now, let me just say, fuck that, fuck the judge, this is bullshit. He is not a significant flight risk. Number one, let's say he is, which he isn't. Where is he going to go? Where in the world, literally, can R. Kelly go in the world where people will not recognize this man and know who he is? Who he is. Number two, the man is broke, okay? He has no money. So even if he was a flight risk, buying an airline ticket would also be damn near insurmountable. And there are people say, well, someone will buy it for him. But again, that goes back to my first comment. Where is he going to go? Okay, so let's say he has a passport. He can't go anywhere in the world and people not know who this man is. And again, this man is innocent until proven guilty. He beat the first case that in Chicago about underage girls that they claim that he was found innocent. And as I said on a previous podcast about this, it's as if that doesn't mean anything. And people are so unreasonably aggravated because they want it. Why wasn't he? And they want R. Kelly found guilty so bad that they're willing to ignore due process. They just don't care. But when it's a white face, when it's a white male face, they don't give a damn. Harvey Weinstein is out here fucking and sexually assaulting anybody he could for over 20 years. And this man is free as a fucking bird. Free. He wrote a check for $44 million to settle lawsuits. And there's no outrage for Harvey Weinstein. There's no outrage. There is nothing. This man is out gallivanting, doing business. He is free. But R. Kelly, no, there's a problem. R. Kelly, no, he's dangerous. No, he's not. R. Kelly, again, innocent. He was found not guilty. And people don't want to extend the same benefit of the law to this man that they want. That is a problem. Now, the other article that I saw, but let me just say this. Who's this director? James Gunn. James Gunn who was the director of Guardians of the Galaxy. This man was fired over some offensive tweets that he made involving pedophilia and rape. Listen to that. White man tweets, jokes about pedophilia, having sex with children, and rape. He gets fired from Disney. And then later, Disney backs up, retracts, and hires the man again as the director for Guardians of the Galaxy. Me Too, originally pissed off, upset. Time's Up, that movement, upset. And rightfully so. He gets rehired, nothing. There's no outrage. And there is a distinct difference in America. The way the perception is from verifiable, admitted white male sexual predators, and the difference in how black men are treated. And again, R. Kelly is innocent. He was found not guilty. These charges that they are but they're bringing against him federally, because that's what they're trying to do. They say, well, he got off on the state, and now we want to impose federal charges. And why federal? Here's why. Because federally, the charges, if found guilty, carry more weight, which carries more time, and they want this black man in prison. And it's stupid. This is dumb, because white men doing the same thing have no problem. And here's some other examples. Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, I said it. Jerry Seinfeld met his current wife, Shoshana Lowenstein, when she was 16 years old. 16, a minor. And he wound up marrying her. Okay? And you trying to tell me that he waited until she was 18 years of age to have sex with her? Bullshit. It is a double standard. Woody Allen, the director, married his adopted 14-year-old, when she was 14, Soon Yi. And has he seen the inside of a jail cell? No. The allegations and the stories about Woody Allen and his sexual proclivities for kids and children go back decades. Decades. And he wound up marrying his adopted Asian daughter. And everybody's cool with that. No problem. There is a distinct difference in how they treat black men accused of certain crimes. And again, R. Kelly, rightfully so, is devastated by weeks that he spent incarcerated in a jail for false, I'm going to say false arrest, because there is nothing this man is doing. He is out here making a living. All right. And before he was transferred to a New York City jail, which was Thursday, he was being held in Chicago, and he was isolated. He was in isolation. There are people that hear that like, well, good. And you know what? You're an idiot. No, you're an asshole. That's what you are, because you are proud of the fact that the criminal justice system is mistreating this black man, this innocent black man. He has almost no commissary. Okay, meaning, there's nothing on his books. Okay, and he's only allowed 15 minutes of phone time each week. Think about that. 15 minutes. You spread that over a week, 5 days. So you're talking about 3 minutes per day to speak on the phone with your loved one. It is mental and emotional torture and abuse legally. And these white folks are mad. And they're not doing it to the people that they should be doing it to, the Harvey Weinsteins. And I guarantee you, was it Jeffrey Epstein? The guy that got arrested? I guarantee you. Now, he wanted to have a ranch where he can impregnate hundreds of women because he said he wanted to improve the gene pool. Now, if that is not the definition of eugenics, I don't know what is. And of course, he's friends with punk ass 45, but that is a problem. And I bet you he has club med accommodations while he is in jail. This is so beyond reasonable that it disturbs me to no end. And I will always fight, always, for the black man to be treated fairly. Now, if a black man goes out, he commits a crime, he's tried for it, he is found guilty, then you know what? It is what it is. I have to live with the fact that with Bill Cosby is sitting in a jail cell for something that he was convicted of. I don't like it, but I have to live with it, even though I know that man didn't do anything to nobody. I said it before. Those women voluntarily went to that man's hotel room. They took drugs together. They had sex together. And because Bill did not follow through on giving them the roles that they wanted in these movies or TV, 20 years later, all of a sudden, they get vengeful. These white women, non-black women, get vengeful. Even though I can't think of the female's name. She admitted that she lied. It'll come to me. About it. This country, America, will go to any lengths whatsoever to try to prevent black men from enjoying the same things that white men enjoy. And I'm going to keep it real. It's sex with as many women as you can. Now, some people say, well, yeah, that's fine, but they just can't be underage. Again, Jerry Seinfeld did it. No problem. He's cool. Woody Allen did it. No problem. He's cool. Okay? Elvis, he did it. No problem. He's cool. He's celebrated. Hugh Hefner did it. He's celebrated. No problem. He's cool. Sex, drugs, rock and roll. I said this before. Male rock stars, white male rock stars. Nobody questions. No federal investigation. Who are these girls? And this is what they're trying to pin on R. Kelly. This is what they're trying to pin. They're saying for racketeering because they're saying that he coordinated while on tour to have sex with young girls while on tour. Are you fucking kidding me? You don't have to coordinate to having sex with women while on tour as a big hip hop or R&B or rock and roll star. Women are readily available. That's like me trying to coordinate fish being provided in the ocean. You don't have to do that. Fish are already in the ocean. That's where they live. Women live on tour. They find what people don't understand, and this is the thing about when men who are celebrities, but in particular musicians, when they go on tour, and even for black male athletes, people don't understand what the lengths that women will go to get as close to these idols, these celebrities as they can. These women will find ways to get into the men's hotel rooms, which amazes me. They know where these men are staying. They know when they will be at the hotel. I even heard stories where there were some black male celebrities, where they will walk into their room, their suite, and there are women already there that they have to kick out. Like, how do these things happen? They happen because these women pay to make it happen, because these women will do anything. And I said it before, the women get completely absolved of any involvement in terms of where they find themselves or where they put themselves in proximity to these celebrities. R. Kelly is an innocent man. He is not a flight risk. He has done nothing wrong. He's not been convicted of any crime. And they want to treat him like fucking El Chapo. They want to treat him like somehow he has been selling billions of dollars worth of drugs, okay, around the world, and they don't want him to have any privileges whatsoever. This is an innocent man. He should have been granted bail. But if you're not white and you're not raping children, Catholic priests, if you're not white and raping children, white male Hollywood executives, pedophile rings, if you're not white and doing it, then you don't get a pass. And there was even recently, this past week, his name is AJ. Okay, he was a host, a correspondent for Extra or on E! Television. He was there for 10 years. And all of a sudden, allegedly, women came forward. He used them for sex or coerced them into sex. And then they fired him. Why? You have a president that has admittedly on tape said, grab him by the pussy. And then that's followed up with 22 women that have accused this president of sexual assault. He cornered me in a room. He pushed me in a closet. He grabbed my pussy. He fondled me. He kissed me on the mouth. He walked into a dressing room behind Miss America, the pageant, while the women were changing. He kissed his daughter. He made the statement, hey, if she wasn't my daughter, I probably would be dating her. He's in photos with 13-year-old girls sitting on his lap like he's dating them. He's connected to Jeffrey Epstein and a lot of other seedy characters. And this man is sitting in the most powerful seat in the fucking country, in the world. This white man. There is a difference and there is a distinction. And I say this, and I will always call out this double standard bullshit, because that's what it is. White men, because I'll say it again, this is a fight between white men and white privilege and them not wanting black men to taste and take advantage of the same freedoms and liberties. And I'm not saying, I always got to qualify this. I'm not saying that sleeping with underage girls is okay. But guess what? It's okay for white men to do it. See, I can say it's not okay for people to do it. But the reality is it is okay. It is okay for white men to do it. But it's not okay for black men to do it. When really it should not be okay for anybody to do it. But the fact is, it is okay for white men to do it. They can have sex with babies. They can have sex with toddlers. There is an aspect of the Catholic Church. They have gay parties, sex-fueled parties. They have sex with choir boys. They have literal fashion shows, and I read about this, where you will have white men who will be completely naked, nude, and they will have the hands of 5 to 8-year-old children holding their hands while those children are naked, and they will be walking down a fashion runway. There is architecture on the Catholic Church where little children, their heads are underneath the garments of these priests that are on the side of these cathedrals in Europe, in Paris, in Rome. This is a fact. This happens. It's no secret that priests are gay and that they sexually violate children. Pedophilia. Have the feds raided any Catholic church in the world at all? In the U.S.? No. But this goes on every day of the fucking week. Every day. In America in particular and across the world, they will go to Mass every Sunday. They will sit and listen to these priests. They will listen to the Pope, who is definitely responsible for this. He is a co-conspirator. because he's not calling him out. But you know what he is doing? He is paying settlements. The Catholic Church has paid hundreds of millions of dollars in settlements, and nobody bats an eye. Nobody says this is absurd. I'm boycotting the Catholic Church, but you want to ban a black man's fucking music who was found innocent, who is no threat. And this is, again, goes back to what I will always say, white supremacy and white men wanting to try to crush a black male, a strong black male star who isn't doing anything. And for those black people listening who disagree, yes, you have a right to your opinion, but you're wrong. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, you have every right to your opinion, but you are wrong. You are condemning a man who has already gone on trial. And you wouldn't want the same thing for you or anybody in your family. You would not tolerate this behavior. But because you have this preconceived notion where you think you're being, well, no, he's done this and he's done that. He was tried for it. And he was found innocent. But because you want to remain obtuse and hateful, and I'll just say it, black people can engage in white supremacist behavior. Black people can engage in the exact same hateful white supremacy mentality and behavior. And it's stupid. Because where do we go for support? Where do black men go for support when we're being unjustly and unfairly treated? Where do we go? I have so many conversations with black men on social media who think they have successfully navigated and assimilated into white America because they have a few white friends, or they're in groups where white people are laughing with them, patting them on the back, telling them good job, encouraging them, and they think I've made it. No, you haven't. You are a house nigga. You're a house Negro. That's what you are, because as soon as something happens where you really need that support, I goddamn well guarantee you they will not be there to support you. The same way that the white men and women that Bill Cosby helped along the way for 30 and 40 and 50 years completely disappeared. Completely vanished. And that man put millions of dollars in many non-black faces' pockets. And where are they? Nowhere to be found. And now you have R. Kelly, who is, again, he is a hero to the black community. He is a legend. He needs to be celebrated and protected. Don't nobody give a damn about Elvis and what he did. He has photos online. You can Google the shit. Photos of him surrounded and being embraced and kissed by 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old girls. Pedophilia. He married Priscilla when she was a teenager. Nobody gives a rat's ass about condemning that. Graceland hasn't lost one step, one dime in its momentum. Hugh Hefner, Playboy Mansion, nothing. But R. Kelly, a house in Atlanta allegedly full of women, all of a sudden it's got to be vacated. And these are grown ass women that want to stay there and service R. Kelly. These are grown ass women in the Trump Towers that want to be with R. Kelly and want to stay there. And his ex-wife, Drea Kelly, that female, B, out of control. See, on the one hand, she's bashing the guy, but she's using his name. She's using her alleged trauma to put money in her pocket. And if you think it ain't vengeful, If you don't think that that's exactly what she's doing, I can look at that woman on her face and I can see she's like, yeah, that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to use the name and I'm going to get my money. My thing is, if he was so terrible, why would you even keep the name? If this man was so bad to you, if he was so horrible to your children, why even keep the last name Kelly? Why? Because it is real estate, it is money. It's property, it's value. And you're using because you just want to be sad. You just want to say, well, yeah, I'm his ex-wife. And that gets you in the door. So you are no better than the very man that you claim to hate. Drea, you're no better. And then when the girls, his two girlfriends, go public and say, no, we're fine. We're staying here voluntarily. We're fine. Leave us alone. Nobody wants to believe them. The parents don't want to believe them. The world, society, the media. And why not? So they lying for R. Kelly? So they can be lying, but Drea can't. So his two girlfriends that he's with are lying, but Drea Kelly ain't lying to make money. It's absurd. And my hope, he beats the charges, he gets out of jail, and to be honest with you, I hope he leaves America. And not because of what other people, well, I hope he leaves too. No, fuck America. Because guess what? There's a double standard when it comes to successful black men. You have a rapist. You have a sexual predator in the White House. Think about that. And half the country supports and voted for this man. And a lot of them were women. Women put Trump in the White House. Women did. What does that tell you? The sickness. Look, R. Kelly is innocent. You need to leave him alone. I hope he beats the charges, but there's a double standard when it comes to sexual predators. Kevin Spacey, my last comment here, in closing here. All of a sudden, his gay or the male accuser pleads the fifth on the stand. All of a sudden pleads the fifth and doesn't want to press charges or continue the case. What that means, Kevin Spacey paid this young man off. See, that's what white male sexual predators do. They can just write checks. But then you got Cuba Gooding Jr., who allegedly, they say, fondled a female in a club, and you watch the video, and he did none of that. None of it. But now he is still dealing with the side effects of that arrest. They just wanted to march him out in handcuffs, this black man. They don't march any other white man out in handcuffs. They don't parade white male sexual predators in front of the camera. They don't do it. It's a double fucking standard, and I'm sick of it. And by the way, free ASAP, free R. Kelly. Well, those are my thoughts. Thank you for your time. I want to thank you for checking out another podcast of We Ain't Scared Talk. My name is A1, and you got some good food for thought. Listen again. Tell a friend. We ain't scared.